season. Number 8 in the FedEx Cup. First individual title in what, 4 or 5 years. So congratulations. Congratulations. I think the question that I wanted to ask you was, you know, waiting on that 18th tee, watching all that unfold in front of you. Just talk about that a little bit and how that played out.
Yeah, my mind was telling me hit a good drive, and you know, I mean, you have a sandwich or a wedge in there, and a really good look at birdie, hitting kind of on the slope, and then you know, sit there and sort of watch sort of what happened. Was a bit of a shock, obviously, and I really had to try and you know focus on the task at hand, and you know, sitting there waiting, sort of watching, not really knowing what's going on, but kind of having an idea is a strange thing. So I was happy to just hit that tee shot straight down the fairway.
As I mentioned, it's the first individual title in a few years. You won the Olympics, you won a team event with your good friend Patrick. Just what does this mean to you now to sort of move on and win that individual title?
Yeah, it feels really good. It's just, you know, everyone talks about how hard it is, and you know, I only had the Olympics to sort of fall back on, having a lead and kind of closing it. I've never done on the PGA Tour, so it was nice to sort of, I mean, to do it in Japan and then sort of have that experience. I really tapped into that today.
All right, we'll take some questions. If you have one, raise your hand and we'll get a microphone right in the front here. Thank you. Sorry, Carl.
Xander, it seems like you have to really stay focused and stay in the moment for what you experienced today, not only watching the putt on 17, but the drive on 18. Has that always been a strength of yours, or is that something that's developed as you become more experienced?
I think it's probably something that's been more developed. I mean, I haven't really had a hard time focusing growing up. You know, my wife tells me I'm the worst multitasker on the planet, so that usually bodes well if you can only focus on one thing. And you know, I think in the past when I've had 54-hole leads or close to the lead, my Sundays feel really fast, and I kind of, you know, I mean, sitting back in the hotel or at a house on Sundays, sort of thinking what happened today. And so this week I really wanted to stay present and really just focus on sort of the task at hand, which was each and every shot. And you know, I told Austin to sort of keep me accountable, hold me accountable on the first hole, walking up there, and he did a really great job, and both of us were pretty much dialed in from the first hole.
Thank you.
Can you talk about the pressure after that? You know, on the 17th, you had the lead pretty much the whole time, but it started to shrink, and you see him take the lead on 17. Can you just talk about that and the ability to come back from that?
No, I mean, being out here, I've been out here long enough. This is my 6th year on tour, and you just know that no one's going to give it to you. Not out here on the PGA Tour, no one's going to hand you a win, and I was very aware of that, and ready to, you know, birdie to last, and I thought that was going to be to get in the playoffs. So just lucky it was to, you know, make me on top.
Questions? Go to the camera. Thank you.
Xander, you won the Olympic gold medal. I mean, you won with Patrick. The whole sort of, oh well, he hasn't won an individual stroke play event, you know, since the century, etc. How much did that kind of wear on you? And your caddy was saying that sort of earlier this season, you were kind of like, we got to win. We're going to get a win here. Can you describe that moment?
Yeah, I like to talk to my team a lot about how I'm feeling week to week, and it's been a year where my stats have been very solid, and just haven't really, you know, put in 4 good rounds of golf. And so I think subconsciously, or without myself even really knowing, I was getting a little impatient. And this week I was just trying to be as self-aware as possible, to just stay as patient as possible, and just realize that I put the work in, and if I could just sort of do what I've been doing and just focus a little bit more throughout the day, that it'll pay off in a big way, and fortunately it did.